Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Welcome back to Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. Another mild, sunny spring day here in Long Island, New York. I hope all of you are doing well, stay healthy and happy. So today, on this gorgeous day, I wanted to talk to you guys all about how we as gardeners can and should use banana peels, eggshells, and coffee grinds in our home garden. I think that's a very interesting and important topic to talk about. So I know we people, humans, consume a lot of eggs, a lot of bananas, and most of us drink coffee, if not every single day, then every other day for sure. So I know most of you have already been using these three ingredients, three leftovers in your home gardens. Some of us have been doing that for years. Some of us have never tried to even do that. And some of us have done it and have not seen any results. So I wanted to talk to you all about the myths of using coffee grounds, eggshells, and banana peels in our home garden, and give you true facts about where and how you can and should use them in your home gardens to achieve maximum success. So if you guys like this video today, show me your support by going below this video and clicking thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Tell me, do you use banana peels or eggshells or coffee grinds in your home garden? Where do you garden? Where do you guys live? What zones do you live? How is the weather in your growing zones today? And also, if you haven't yet done so, subscribe to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. It is super easy to subscribe. All you have to do is go below this video and click the subscribe button. It's gonna make me so happy and so excited to see that you guys like my videos. You want to see more of my videos. And if you never want to miss any of my new upcoming videos, all you have to do is click the bell icon. It is also below this video. This way, YouTube will notify you guys every time I upload a new gardening video. So now come with me, come to my home garden, and let's talk all about eggshells, banana peels, and coffee grinds. So I know a lot of us home gardeners like to use our kitchen leftovers. Hence, a lot of us even use our kitchen leftovers to make compost. But I know that with all the leftovers that we have, a lot of it we feel awful throwing out because it could be beneficial to our home gardens, you guys. Some of those things are eggshells, banana peels, coffee grinds. So how do we use these things to maximize our gardening success, to boost that fertility of our plants growing in our gardens? So I know that many of us have been using kitchen leftovers to boost our home garden's fertility. Some of us are using the wrong things, or if we are using the right things, we are not getting the effect, the benefit that we are looking to get. So let's talk about some myths. What do some people say these kitchen leftovers should do to your home garden? And what, in fact, you should expect to see in your home garden when adding these leftovers to your soil. So the first kitchen leftover that I want to talk to you guys about, all the myths and how you can indeed use it in your home garden without having to rinse it down your sink, your drain, or just toss it into your garbage can, are our coffee grinds, guys. Most of us consume coffee on a daily basis, and there are some myths associated with coffee grinds. So the first myth is that if I'm adding coffee grinds to my garden, aren't I am raising the acidity of my garden soil? And isn't acidic soil very bad for your plants? Well, in fact, most home garden plants do like acidic soil, you guys. And when you are drinking that cup of joe, you are consuming majority of that acidity. So there is not much left. There's not much acidity left in your coffee grinds after you finish drinking that cup of coffee. And in fact, acidity of coffee grinds is the pH of coffee grinds is somewhere between 6.4 to 6.7. And believe me, guys, by hand sprinkling some coffee grinds into your home garden or your raised garden bed, you are not raising your soil's pH level much at all. You probably need bags and bags and pounds of coffee grind to really raise that pH level. Think how much soil you have versus how many coffee grinds you are adding. So you're totally safe and okay to hand sprinkle some coffee grinds into your home garden. So another myth when it comes to coffee grinds is that if you sprinkle your coffee grinds on the perimeter, on the soil, the perimeter of your plant, it will prevent snails and slugs. Well, based on my gardening experience and based on all the reading that I have done in my gardening books, that is indeed a myth. I saw so many pictures of snails and slugs crawling right on top of those coffee grinds. So if you were using or were thinking of using coffee grinds to prevent slugs and or snails, then get that idea out of your mind. Why don't you go and buy a professional product that is meant to stop snails and slugs from coming to your garden, because coffee grinds will not do that. So those were the two myths about using the coffee grinds. So now, what are some things you can actually use your coffee grinds for? Number one is you can use your coffee grinds as a mulch. Well, don't think of it as like a solo mulch, meaning you're not going to have to go out and purchase real mulch. You can hand sprinkle a little bit of your coffee grinds and then, of course, add a bit more of real mulch into your home garden. So coffee grinds do not act as a solo mulch, but they could be used together in tandem with mulch in your home garden. Also, what else can you use coffee grinds for? You can easily add your coffee grinds to your compost bin. For those of us home gardeners, compost making lovers, be my guest. Dump those coffee grinds right into your compost bin. Let it all disintegrate, absorb, and then use your compost in your home garden. So the next kitchen leftover, which is perfect to use in our home gardens, are our egg shells, you guys. We consume eggs every single day. If not every single day, then multiple times a week for sure. So why waste these? Why throw them out when you can use them in your home garden? So eggs and eggshells are very, very high in calcium. Eggshells contain 34% calcium, you guys. So how can you use eggshells in your home gardens? What are some benefits from using eggshells in your gardens, and what are some myths? So myth number one, when using eggshells, they do not prevent slugs and or snails. So don't think if you're gonna crumble them, grind them, and sprinkle them around your plants, you're going to stop slugs and or snails from coming to your home garden. These guys do not prevent or stop slugs and snails. Another myth when it comes to using eggshells in your home garden is that if you put them in the hole where you are planting your tomatoes or growing your tomatoes, they're going to stop or prevent rod blossom. What is rod blossom on tomatoes? It is where the bottom of your tomato stem turns this brown color. And rod blossom is typically associated with lack of calcium. So some people say that if you put your eggshells into that hole where your tomatoes roots are, by doing that, you will prevent this disease. Guess what, guys? You will not prevent rod blossom by putting chunks of eggshells inside your planting holes. So if you do see rod blossom on your tomatoes, that does not necessarily mean that there's no calcium whatsoever in that soil. The calcium is there, you guys. It just cannot get to where it needs to go. Think about adding huge chunks of eggshell into your soil, into the root system of your tomatoes. How soon do you think these shells will break down by all the bacteria and the microbes in your soil? It's going to take a long time for these shells to break down and absorb into your soil and into the plant's root system. So because eggshells do not break down that fast in our soil, what can you do to help these guys speed up the process? You take your eggshells, you crumble them, and you put them into a grinder, and you grind them to flour or powdered sugar consistency. This way, you're increasing your surface area. And then when you sprinkle that grinded powder from your eggshells, this way it will get absorbed by bacteria and by microbes in your soil much quicker, rather than you putting whole chunks of eggshells into your ground. Another awesome thing to use our eggshells for is to crumble them, to break them down with our hands or our kitchen utensils and put them into our bird feeders. Yes, guys, birds would benefit from all the nutrients in the eggshells, so give it a try. So now, what is the third kitchen leftover which is perfect and beneficial for our home gardens? Yes, it's our banana peels. How many bananas do you guys consume a day or weekly? With my 5 little kids running around the house, we consume quite a few bunches of bananas per week. And you know what? I save these leftovers and I use them in my home garden. So what is the main nutrient in our bananas and or banana peels? It is potassium. Bananas are high in potassium, you guys. And which 3 nutrients are absolutely beneficial for every single plant that you are growing in your garden? Those 3 most beneficial nutrients for every single plant are your nitrogen, your potassium, and your phosphorus. So if you are adding your banana peels to your home garden just for the purpose of adding potassium, and you're thinking that that's it, by adding banana peels, my plants will get that 100% of potassium that they need. No, guys, if you really want to focus on adding potassium and think that your plants are lacking potassium, then you have to go out to your garden center or nursery and buy organic fertilizers high in potassium. If you really just trying to add potassium to your plants, do not just rely on adding banana peels. So another myth when it comes to using banana peels, I know a lot of people have said to me that they soak these guys in the Pyrex or in some kind of a bowl with room temperature water. Basically, they make like a tea out of these things. They let it brew, they let it sit there till the water turns this brownish color. And then they pour that water onto the soil where their plants are growing. They're thinking that way, that concentrated brown colored water will give their plants potassium that the plants need. Again, guys, it would give some potassium, but if you really want to give that potassium to your plants, go out there. There are plenty of natural, organic fertilizers which offer the right composition, the right proportion of potassium to your plants. So now that we spoke about the myths of using banana peels in our home gardens, let's talk about 2 things which you can actually, honestly, truthfully do with your banana peels in your home garden. What are those things? 1, for those of you who have worm bins in your home gardens, add these banana peels to your worm bins. And for those of you who have compost bins or compost dispensers or compost anything in your home garden, be my guest. Add as many banana peels to your compost bins as your heart desires, and then use that compost in your home gardens. And another thing I want to tell you guys, if you're thinking about burying these banana peels whole like that in your soil, be ready to welcome some unwanted pests and critters in your garden. If you have raccoons, opossums, rabbits, chipmunks, you might see them reappear in your home garden trying to dig up these banana peels out of your soil. And we never ever want to see any of those uninvited, unnecessary critters in our home gardens. So I know we as humans tend to overthink things, tend to do more than what is truly needed or needs to get done in our home gardens. Don't overdo it, guys. Don't overthink it. Sometimes overdoing it is not a good thing either. Remember the tips I gave you guys today, the advice I gave you guys today when it comes to using coffee grinds, banana peels, and eggshells in your home gardens. And stick to just these simple tips and advice. So now, guys, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me here today in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. Thank you for watching my video. If you found this video to be useful, helpful, and beneficial, show me that support by liking this video, by clicking thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Tell me, do you ever use eggshells, banana peels, or coffee grinds in your home garden? If you haven't tried using them, are you going to start using them? Are you going to try using them? If you haven't yet done so, do it today. Do not wait any longer, you guys. Subscribe to my gardening channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. I appreciate all of you, my loyal viewers, and of course, my loyal, precious subscribers. Thank you so much for trusting me, for watching me, for listening to my gardening advice. If you haven't yet done so, below this video, there's a subscribe button. All you have to do is click that button and you will be subscribed to my channel. So I hope everyone will stay healthy, happy, and safe. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I will see you in my new upcoming gardening videos. Bye, guys.